I have never had a problem accepting that I am aging because we all are. Every day that we spend here, every 24 hours, we are getting older. That's just a fact. It's part of the reason why I don't buy into the concept of anti-aging. That's kind of a myth. We all get old, everything does. But I don't think that it's in the doing, it's in how we do it. Some of us let it happen, some of us fight it, some of us do all that we can to stop it, but it still happens. It's one of the inevitabilities of life. But just because something is inevitable doesn't mean you have to like it. And it doesn't mean that there's only one way to do it. In my life, the pendulum has swung between letting yourself go completely and doing everything possible to stop the process. Extremes of extremes, and I'm not interested in any of it. I am also not interested in making the aging process another struggle. But I know what the alternative is too, so I can't necessarily just let it happen. I decided long ago to commit to skincare, to commit to taking care of my hair, to try to commit to a healthy lifestyle. Because I knew these things were needed to have a good quality of life, but there were other things along the way that I never could have expected. Because you don't know till you know. Things like hormonal issues, things like mobility issues. You don't move the same when you get older. Things like stubborn fat that does not go away, no matter what you do. And how you're treated when people start to notice these things about you. People can be incredibly cruel. Sometimes not even on purpose. It's just their perception of you is that you're old, you've let yourself go, you're unhealthy, you're washed up. These are things I can't accept about aging. And so I've decided that it is now Project Me. It is time for me to take the steps to age youthfully, which actually means a couple of things. It means that I'm going to do the work that I can do to have as good a quality of life as I can while I'm still here. That means exercising and eating well and taking the necessary steps to not be sedentary, because I have seen what doing nothing can do. Going with the flow and just letting aging happen, that is a death sentence, and that's not something any of us want. It's not a good quality of life, and it's not the way to go. And aging youthfully also means that if I need a little help here and there, I'm not against that either, within reason. This is a process, a journey, and I'll be documenting it all here with my new series on this channel, my visual diaries. I really hope you join me on my journey. Yes, folks, here we are on another Miami trip. This one, however, is part business and part pleasure. I have to say, it is so fitting that we are landing during a storm. It is cloudy weather and rainy in Miami as we are landing. And it's fitting because it fits my mood. It fits how I'm feeling about myself. It's a perfect visual indicator of my frustration. The way that you can look down and see the beauty of the water and the landscape, and the way that the city emerges is stunning, but it's coupled with this really cloudy, overcast, dark weather with very limited visibility of what is to come. That's kind of how my life feels right now. I know that I have a beautiful life. I know that I am blessed, and I am grateful. But I also know what it took to get here today and how hard it was to pack for this trip, because I have been struggling so much with my weight. Where packing should be fun, because I'm going to a tropical location where there's sun and beaches, it's just becoming more and more frustrating. And my mind feels foggy, just like these very beautiful, but also very ominous clouds that I'm passing through. How do I remedy this situation? How do I become the best me? I can live the soft life all day. I can do all of the fun things, eat at all the restaurants and go on all the trips, buy all of the things. But at the end of the day, how do I become my best self? What is it going to take for me to be mentally clear, physically fit and healthy? What will it take for me to give myself the longevity that my mother, my sisters, and my aunts never had the luxury of experiencing because they were gone way too soon. This is definitely something that I'm going to make it my life's mission to figure out. Oh, I like that Coach shirt. The horse and buggy.
How much do you think it is?
Probably about $60. I don't want it right now. Huh?
Go get it.
I want to go eat. I'm hungry.
What do you normally get here?
I'm going to get the short rib, the side. I don't know what else. The last
For this one, I'm making twice the size. You make it a tequila bar? That would be great.
just do all of the things, huh?
All of the things. Clink, 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 clink.
Yay.
Careful.
Really good.
Yeah, we've been here a couple of times, and I'm a creature of habit. So
Now, see, this is what happens when you try to be grown. I do not drink, y'all. I cannot drink. This one sip had me in the bathroom all night. I know that's TMI. Just say no.
get the same thing.
So the business portion of our trip, we are looking at property today on this lovely Saturday. Here in Miami, we're looking at an apartment in a very beautiful high-rise. I'll take video so he can see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But,
I like it.
no, it's 1, 2, 3 pools. They're working on that for you. Okay.
They just redid that.
Okay.
And the assessments have been phased.
Oh, sweet.
You don't need to worry about it. They spend more time in my house. Yeah. It was 6 on the outside. The building is some water.
So far, I am very impressed from what I see of this property. It is absolutely beautiful. The apartment itself would be perfect for what we need for investment purposes as well as for snowbirding. Isn't that what they call it when you go from the north to the south? It would be perfect, but the outdoor spaces are also equally, if not even more spectacular. This apartment is very high up. This pool deck that we're looking from is on the 51st floor. My hubby is not feeling all of these heights. This is not his thing, which is kind of funny because I'm actually the one that's afraid of heights, not him. But he doesn't like living in really tall buildings. I don't mind that so much, but I don't like to fly. So we complement each other pretty well. In my opinion, this property is absolutely perfect for our needs, investment / visiting on occasion. But I see his concerns with the height of the actual apartment itself. I'm not going to say what floor the apartment itself is on, but the height of the apartment itself as well as the amenities. Now, this particular pool deck is on the 8th floor, which is not so bad, but the top private pool deck, that is pretty high. This building had wonderful amenities aside from the pool deck, the cinema room, the gym, the spa, the clubhouse. Everything is amazing. And it's adjacent to shopping. All of the things that we love when we come to Miami or Brickell in particular. The mall, the restaurants, the ambiance, everything is here. One of the really special things that I loved about this building was the artwork that you see everywhere. There's just little pieces of artwork that pop out at you that in a way don't make sense, but also are really nice surprises, like this Hermes Birkin inspired sculpture that is just randomly sitting in the lobby of the pool deck. I don't know why it's here. I think I should probably look it up so that I could maybe tell you guys why it's here. It seems incredibly random, and we noticed it, walking in and walking out. But it was really neat to look at. And there are other art-filled spaces in this building as well, which really feeds my soul because I'm an artist and I love that I could come and sit in a room like this and just be. It's beautiful. The public spaces of this building are immaculate. So that is pretty much the business side of our trip. I guess in many ways, that is also part of my visual diary. You are coming with me on my property search. We don't know if we're going to do investment property first or if we're going to possibly upgrade our house. We have been wanting to move for a while, but having investment property would be beneficial too. There's my hubby asking me if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. He's so funny. So back to the whole aging topic. Our real estate agent, we have known her now for over 10 years, and she is almost 80. There she is there. Very lovely lady. She has embraced us as family, and we love that about her. One of the things that you may or may not be able to notice here is that she is an incredible ball of energy. She is older, but she moves with the mindset of a younger person. She is the epitome of aging youthfully. I have seen this from several people in my life. My stepmother is one of them, and even though she doesn't think so. And I know that that's something that I want going forward. Now on for a pleasurable moment in our trip that didn't have to do with business, although the business was kind of pleasurable too. I had a nice lunch with our real estate agent and her husband, and that apartment building was amazing. If I were younger and single, I would be there. That would just be my vibe. But alas, I am not, and we're still looking. But in the meantime, we went to the Coach store and I purchased one of my wish list bags, the Pillow Tabby. Now, originally I wanted this in the larger size, but they have these little nuggets and they are just so adorable, and I love a good mini bag. This is the Pillow Tabby in the brass vanilla, a true vanilla, a creamy yellow vanilla, not white, like a lot of people think vanilla is. I am really obsessed because Coach has always done really good leather. Yes, you see this bag coming and going. A lot of people have it, and I don't care. I like things that a lot of people like. You see blue jeans and t-shirts coming and going, and nobody ever says don't wear those. Just because a lot of people like it, it doesn't diminish its value, especially if it's valuable to you. So she's my new little addition to my bag collection, and I love her. I just woke up and the sun is sunning. I would never wear makeup here if I lived here, if the sun followed me around like this. I'm wearing a Skims nightgown, by the way. Anyway, I think we're gonna go find some coffee and get started with our day. Morning, Miami. So, back to our previous conversation. In the spirit of transparency, I have made some decisions about what I'm going to do going forward as it pertains to my aging youthfully journey. These are decisions that I've made for myself because at the end of the day, I am responsible for myself. I am not being coerced by anyone to do anything. I'm doing a few things for me. First of all, as much as I hate the idea of having a morning routine, I think I need one. And so while I have morning rituals, skincare rituals, I have no routine to my life. And I honestly, we're going to say I'm going to try to establish a morning routine. That's the plan going forward. I've tried in the past and I haven't been very successful. I'll be honest, I'm not a very disciplined person. But that's one of the things I'm going to start doing. Another thing that I'm going to start doing is moving my body in some form every day. I'm not going to commit going to the gym because to me, that is not a soft girl thing to do. And what I mean by that is, yes, of course, soft girls go to the gym. But at this age and at this stage in my life, I am not interested in going to a sweaty gym, being around a bunch of guys ogling at me, working out really hard, because I don't know, for me, that just doesn't fit my life. It doesn't fit my desires. It doesn't fit my goals. I have learned that the more I work out, it seems the bigger I get. And that is actually something that happens. You can Google it. Working out too hard can actually make your body release cortisol, which in turn makes you fatter because it's a stress hormone, and stress makes us bigger. So instead, I want to move my body in some way every day in a much more natural way. I want to stretch my body. I want to take classes that help me to be leaner and more flexible, that help me to really be able to walk in my divine femininity. I want to concentrate more on sensual movement, keeping my limbs and my muscles lean and strong, but not bulky, not overly defined, and not overly accentuated. I still want my very feminine, fit, but soft body. In the past, I danced, and I would love to start taking some dance classes. I don't think I'm interested in pole dancing, but something a little more classical. And I'm definitely going to be reincorporating Pilates and yoga back into my life because it was something that I used to do a lot before the weight gain. I have also decided, which kind of breaks my heart, but I have also decided to be more regimented with my eating, really paying attention to my portions, eating cleaner meals, not giving into the urge to go to Chick-fil-A all of the time. Even though I typically get salads, they're still not the healthiest salads. And I've also decided to just start planning out my meals a little bit more because a lot of the times I end up eating poorly because I'm caught off guard. I hadn't eaten or I waited too late to eat and we're out and about somewhere and I end up eating the worst thing possible. Will I totally give up my foodie ways though? No, absolutely not. Sometimes I'm going to have to treat myself because it's not a quality of life if you're completely depriving yourself of all of the things that you love. But I can do better. I know I can do better. So I have nobody to blame if I fail but myself. But it is something that I want to do. And what's crazy is I love fresh food. I love salads. I love fruit. I love a fruit smoothie. I love fruit juices. I love these things. So it's not like it's food that I don't want to eat. Given the choice between that arugula salad that I had a few clips back and a burger, I would eat the arugula salad because that arugula salad was amazing. Sometimes you crave a burger though, But I know that making those smarter choices, that's what's going to help me tremendously. And hopefully I can stick with this. I have also decided to do other things like, really read more books, like take the time to really read more books. I read now, but I don't read enough. So definitely taking the time to do that. Getting back into doing my artwork as well, because that gives me pleasure as well as it stimulates my mind creatively. So doing that sort of thing really helps me to not focus on things like not being able to eat certain foods or having to go work out. It gives me something else that I can do. And then, of course, committing to being as consistent as I can possibly be here, making these videos for you guys and for this channel. These are all things that I'm planning on doing. Also, a little more transparency. I have had to come to a very unfortunate place, but also I have had to set some boundaries with certain family members in my life as well. And because of that, I have freed myself up to be myself and focus on myself now. And it has been hard getting to this place, and I'm not going to go into details because some things you just don't need to know. I promise you it won't enhance your life in any way. We all have relationship struggles with certain people in our lives, and I'll leave it at that. It would be great for tea, but this is not a tea channel, and this is all about uplifting and growing us and being more empowered. So to even bring that here, it wouldn't do any of us any good. I'm dealing with that on my own and dealing with my problems and dealing with my struggle relationships in a soft way where I may have to extricate myself from a person from time to time. That is the epitome of soft living for me, not letting someone take away my joy and really putting myself first for a change. I only bring it up to say that. I'm putting myself first. I hope that you guys are doing this as well. And I used to feel some type of way about doing this because I thought it was selfish. What if someone needs you? You can't help them. But you know what? Someone's always going to need something. And some people don't need you. They have just gotten used to you being there. So That's just a little bit of a nugget on how mentally and emotionally I am setting boundaries in my relationships, because I want to live, y'all, and I want to live a good life. And I want to be able to run across the street if I have to, or run for a bus, or roller skate, or play tennis if I decide to again. So I am embarking on my health. I am also doing all of my tests and doing all of the things that I need to do health-wise. Getting my colonoscopy, which I've had a couple, and they're no walk in the park. Getting my mammograms. And my teeth have been a journey. My gums and my teeth have been a journey, because when you get older, you know what? You have to deal with that too. So take care of your smile. Take care of your gums. Be very diligent. And the last thing that I'm going to tell you that I am going to do may be a little controversial, but it is what it is. And it's not going to change, because I've already decided. I'm having laser lipo, getting the fat sucked out of my stomach, because I'm tired of not being able to tuck my shirt into my pants, because I would like to look really good in my clothes, because I want to wear cinched in waisted clothing without feeling the need to hide what's in front of me. That is a personal preference. It's also a jumpstart for me. One of the reasons why I haven't really felt comfortable doing yoga classes and Pilates and things like that is because no matter how graceful I am, no matter how extended my poses are and how beautiful they are, my stomach always sits there as a reminder that I haven't worked hard enough. So I've made this decision. And like I said, it is what it is. I said earlier, aging youthfully, you do the things you can do. And when you need help, you get help. That's what I'm doing. As it stands now, that is all that I'm doing cosmetically. I am someone who doesn't go get pedicures because I am afraid to come back with some sort of fungus. So this was a big step for me. However, I'm not saying that I won't do anything else in the future. But right now, those are the things that I have planned going forward to age youthfully. So I just really wanted to share that with you. And now I'm going to leave you with the rest of this visual diary, my very first one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I gave you some things to think about. Sometimes I think I'm sharing too much. By the way, I am wearing Baccarat 540, the red bottle, the extract, which is insanely beautiful. I never see anybody with this bottle, but it actually does smell more potent than the regular Baccarat 540, Rouge 540, just saying. And then I'm using the Supergoop Resetter as my sunscreen for the day. So that's why I'm spraying so much on. But I'm going to leave you here, and I hope I've given you something to think about. I thank you so much for joining me on these videos. So many of you have commented, and you're amazing. I will see you in the next one.
It's musk of food. So you could potentially.
Hello, gorgeous.
How the hell am I gonna get down here?
If you have to get down. Oh, we get down. Don't worry.
I think the stairwell. we have cramps in our legs. But we get down.
Are we getting down? That adrenaline.